My name is Kelly Griffin. I'm 5'4". I weigh about 140 pounds. And in 15s, I definitely play center. In 7s, it's more fluid, and I'll play wherever Rick tells me to.
That's always good to have one of those on the team.
Yeah.
So you've had quite the year. Obviously, just last week you won the Women's Premier League National Championship with the Berkeley All Blues.
Mm-hmm.
And then, about a month and a half before that, 2 months before that, you won the All-Star National Championship with in 7s with Pacific Coast.
Mm-hmm.
And then not long before that, you won a national championship in 7s with the All Blues. How was your rugby year?
It's been pretty good. Pretty crazy. But I mean, 7s, was the first time Berkeley really tried hard to compete, and it turned out miraculously well. We ended up peaking and clicking on that last day. The Surfers beat us a few times before that tournament, so we were a little nervous going in, but just all came together on that last day and worked out well. And then a couple weeks later for NASCs, we had basically the same core group of people, plus Laura Cabrera came out of brief retirement, so that was pretty amazing to be able to play with her. And then that seems like a really long time ago. The WPL season was, per usual, just tiring and a lot of travel, but a lot of good travel to be able to get those good games at that high level. And then we played last weekend 2 really hard games. I think my team was on defense a lot, which was very tiring, but we got a few lucky breaks to come away with it.
Yeah, in the final too, just making lots of tackles with those big Amazon bodies. How's it feeling now?
Feels pretty good. I was playing outside center, and my inside center was making tons of tackles, so I felt like I didn't actually have to do as much compared to her. Right. So yeah, it was good.
So how does that, winning that many national championships in a year, how does it build your confidence, moving up to the international level?
It's every game is just another game. That's how I try to think of it, at least. I'm here, but it's just another game, and I just have to have fun and do my best, and hopefully it'll work out.
So, obviously, you're a great rugby player. What do you do when you're not on the field? What's your day job?
I'm a healthcare consultant. I work for a small company called Stat Revenue up in Emeryville. It's in Northern California. And basically, I'm making sure insurance companies are paying hospitals correctly. So, staring at numbers, doing analytical stuff, talking to hospitals to try to improve their business office. It's not super exciting, but I enjoy it.
So how do you balance that? It sounds like it's a pretty in-depth job. How do you balance that with your training and all your travel?
Fortunately, my boss is incredibly flexible, and anytime I need, he knows that when I'm at work, I'm doing work and being productive, but he's like, if you need to go, just go. And he's even done some, during lunch, I'll have speed workouts, and he'll come with me and do maybe half the speed workout with me and then time me for the rest, so it works out really well.
That's not bad.
Yeah, he's a former athlete himself. He played tennis in college, so he gets it.
Right, understands. How did you get into rugby?
I played basketball and soccer in high school, and then went to UCLA and just wanted something a little more time commitment, a little more serious than just straight intramural sports. So I looked at the list of club sports, and rugby sounded the best. So I went to a practice and got hooked.
All right, and so when did you graduate from UCLA?
2008.
What did you get your degree in?
Applied math with a specialization in computing. I know, big nerd.
That explains a lot. So, what are your hopes for this upcoming 7th season? Obviously, the women have an expanded schedule this year. What are your goals as a team, and what are your individual goals?
As a team, we haven't really discussed our goals yet. We've been here for, not even a day. But my hopes for the team is that we really are able to come together and show the rest of the world what USA can bring, because I think we have a lot of potential, a lot of great athletes. Based on this morning's fitness, I feel like we're really fit.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can pull it all together and make big things happen.
So what is the death flop?
The death flop is what Rick calls an up-down test, and you start on the 10-meter line on your stomach. You run to the half, drop to your back, and your sternum has to hit the ground, otherwise it doesn't count. And you go to the far 10-meter, drop to your stomach, roll to your back, and then repeat. In each line you have to drop. You go as far as you can for a minute, and then you rest for a minute. And the original test, you just go 10 times, so 1 minute on, 1 minute off, 20 minutes. Today we've gotten a modified, multiple, smaller spurt version.
What runs through your mind when you know you're coming up to do the death flap?
Just got to keep moving. Just keep moving. That's pretty much what I'm telling myself the whole time. Just keep moving. Just keep moving. It'll be okay. Just keep moving.
So, before a game, do you have any rituals, any superstitious type things? Do you listen to a certain song?
I like to eat scrambled eggs and toast for breakfast before games. Otherwise, not really.
That's about it?
That's about it.
So, obviously, we got a lot of all blues here on the national team, but you also are kind of learning some new players and kind of how they play and understanding what they do. What's that process like, going from kind of a close-knit group with the all blues moving to girls from all over the country?
It's really good experience just to be able to learn from different people and learn, they bring different skills to the table, different knowledge to the table, and basically the key is we just have to over communicate so that, if somebody might take a line and I don't expect it, so if we're just talking the whole time, I can know ahead of time what they're doing instead of just them expecting what I'm going to do, or vice versa.
Right. So you started playing in college, but now we've got a lot of young kids starting to play at a younger age. What advice would you give to a young girl that's interested in playing at a high level rugby?
To just keep playing. I mean, the key is to always show up. Like, if you have an opportunity to play, go play. You don't say, like, oh, I don't know if I'm really going to go. Like, just go, because the more practice you get, the better you're going to be.